Here now to respond is Jason Chaffetz. He is former Utah congressman and a Fox News contributor. First of all, I got to start with the book. I mean, I don't buy any of this for a second. Anyone who knows Michael Wolff, everybody in New York knows Michael Wolff, knows what he's about. To say that they didn't know that what he was going to write was going to be unflattering, it's like saying Mike Wallace shows up with his 60 Minutes cameras and you think he's going to do a puff piece. I mean, I don't know. What's your take on this whole thing?
I don't think you can just dismiss it out of hand, unfortunately. He did have access. He did do these interviews. Mr. Bannon did say those things, and Mr. Bannon was one of the president's closest advisors. I don't think anybody's buying that he was just some, random staffer.
Could this be about a pivot, about torching Bannon, distancing himself from the alt-right, and taking the Trump administration and pivoting away from that entire group and discrediting Bannon?
Well, I think at this point, Mr. Bannon has sort of torched himself. I mean, later the day the book comes out, you're starting to hear the excerpts, and then later that day, you have Mr. Bannon saying he's all in with Trump all the time, and you just think, wait, you just disparaged his daughter, his son. You went after the president himself. That doesn't make any sense, and I don't think it's a one-day story. I think the Democrats will seize on this and drag it out as long as they can. And look, there are some nuggets of truth, and there are some people with perspectives that are not flattering to the president that were right there in the White House.
Right, but does it change anyone's mind? I mean, the people who love the president love the president. For the people who hate the president, it gives them more fodder, but they already hated him. So the Democrats, they pull chunks out and they talk about it. There's nothing in here that's shocking that you haven't heard from other people who've tried to disparage the president. I don't know. I'm just, Jason, I don't know what minds does this change?
No, I don't. I think again, it's more than just a one-day story. Yeah. I do think it is of high political intrigue, but people want results.
Yeah.
And you see it reflected in the market. You do see it with the confidence that the American consumer has, and you see it on the international scene, where I would argue that the foreign affairs and the presence of the United States is growing in a positive way overseas.
Let me ask you about another really big story today. The Justice Department launching a new investigation into the Clinton Foundation over allegations of pay-to-play politics, where Hillary Clinton was serving as Secretary of State. They're looking at whether tax law was violated by exchanging favors for donations. What do you think about that approach?
Well, I'm glad they are looking at it, because on the surface, it makes no sense. Why would the United States of America give up any interest in a precious resource in uranium? It makes no sense. At the same time, you have more than $100 million flowing into the Clinton Foundation. Yeah. You have Bill Clinton, the former president, more than doubling his fees for a speech in Russia. I mean, does any of that make any sense? But when you overlap it with the idea that uranium one was very real, then it does deserve an investigation. If nothing's wrong, then nothing will come of it. But if there's not an investigation, I think there are a lot of people scratching their heads saying, why did this deal go through?
Some of the other reports cite the idea of looking for money laundering, in the sense that money was donated to the foundation, flowed back out into companies that maybe are not in business any longer, and it was a way to funnel money to people that were in those companies. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, again, that's where you need to look through the financial records. You need forensic financial analysis that is going on. And look, they were all banking on the idea that Hillary Clinton was going to be the next president of the United States, and this would all be covered up. Yeah. If you look at just donations in 2018 versus the donations that did or didn't happen in 2016, let's compare apples to apples and see if the money was still flowing when she was not going to be the president.
There you go. Jason Chaffetz, thank you, sir. Have a great weekend.